Alright guys, and welcome back to Really Been Gaming, and this week's review of the free Epic Store game. This week it is Tiny Tina's Assault on Dragon Keep, a Wonderlands One-Shot Adventure. I was a bit filled with trepidation going into this one because even the name and the title screen, if you like, it doesn't really look like my cup of tea. But give everything a go, especially if it's free, so we'll jump into it anyway. The game goes for $7.99 at full price. It was released in 2013. No, it wasn't. Okay, I'm not entirely sure when it was released. It says the release date is November 9, 2021, but it says they experienced the acclaimed 2013 quest jam-packed with fantasy fun and mountains of magical loot. So maybe it's a remake or something, I'm not entirely sure, but just a wee bit of info about the game. The Queen has been captured and her kingdom is in peril. Only you and your friends have any chance of restoring peace to this eccentric enchanted land. Blast your way through treacherous forests, spooky crypts, and fearsome fortresses, but beware, your journey can change in an instant on account of Tina's gleefully chaotic whims. Gleefully? Dive into this epic tabletop romp and get ready for the fantasy fight of your life. So basically what the game is you're a bunch of characters, obviously some kind of hardened battle characters who decide to play a tabletop role-playing game, and this is you playing a character within the role-playing game, the tabletop game. Bit of a weird premise, but there you go. The game's obviously aimed at promoting the full game, if you like, a Wonderlands Adventure or whatever it's called. When you go into the game, you see strong promotion for that. Basically, it's either a single or a multiplayer romp through this mystical, magical role-playing board game, but it's done through a first-person perspective and a graphical, sort of shell-shaded graphical, almost Borderlands stroke pirate looking type setting, if you like. So onto the graphics. There's almost no options to change in the graphics at all, which is surprising because it is an FPS, so you'd think there would be options, but there's almost none at all. The game starts off with some sort of nice hand-drawn effect cutscenes that are well voiced over, and it carries this sort of look into the game, like I say, with that sort of cell shaded look, almost sort of cartoony look, which I'm not very keen on personally. Overall, the graphics are okay and it runs absolutely flawlessly, well over 100 FPS at all times in my system, no problems at all in that respect. Problems I did get quite a number of times though was trying to play the multiplayer. I got multiple disconnects. Sometimes I couldn't get into the servers at all, sometimes I was in for 10 minutes and then booted out, and very rarely did I get to play the multiplayer without there being some sort of disconnects going on. Onto the sound. Sounds were okay, functional at best, nothing more than that. The voice acting is well done, to be fair, but I found it really fucking annoying. I found the characters really fucking irritating, especially the main one, Tiny Tina. But all the characters, to be fair, it's so childish and just really annoying. I guess if you're 10 years old, maybe it's amusing, but for anyone over the age of 10, it's just, I found anyway, it's just really irritating. So onto the gameplay. It's like I say, it's a very generic first-person shooter, looter shooter almost. It's so much loot from the minute you start the game. I mean, literally the very first thing you do is open up about half a dozen boxes of loot, and I'm just like, what the fuck, man? Make you work for your loot, you know? I hate games that just throw hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of shit at you, and this game does this by the absolute fucking barrel load. It's really quite irritating for me personally. I like to be able to, I would prefer less weapons and more about the weapons, but this has just got a gazillion different types of weapons, different types of ammo. It's too much. It's just too much. It doesn't, for me, that's not fun. That's just, again, really annoying, if you like. The sheer amount of loot just removes any sense of sort of adventure or exploration or achievement from playing the game. It's just thrown at you in absolute chest loads, if you like, because it's hundreds and hundreds of chests and clay pottery things that you smash open to get all the loot. The shooting itself, the shooting mechanics, I didn't find they were great at all. The aiming's pretty woolly and quite awful. The game changes from feeling like you're playing through treacle to feeling like you're playing on SpongeBob clouds. The movement's horrible. You get stuck on things and try and jump and you can't jump over them, so you got to go move back and jump over them. I just found the whole mechanics of the game pretty poor, to be honest. And again, they kind of accentuated that whole cartoony feel of the game. The melee is virtually pointless. The hand-to-hand fighting, why that's even included, I don't know. Obviously, the whole tone and feel of the game, it's meant to be light-hearted and quite amusing, but as I've mentioned before, because of the characters, not the voice acting is actually quite well done, but the characters that they are voicing are fucking irritating as fuck, and I just found, instead of it being amusing and light-hearted, just really fucking annoying and off-putting. Really didn't enjoy the aesthetic, both visually and orally, of the game at all. Like I said before, it might be fun if you're 10 years old, but for me, I very, very quickly got bored of the gameplay and setting for this game. So like I say, you go through a bunch of different levels, controlled by this sort of tiny Tina, and that sort of, she changes things up as you go through, but in a very scripted way, not in a way that feels natural. The environments are fairly samey with small differences, but not enough to make it feel that massively different. The enemies, again, there are a few different ones, but it all feels very cartoony and very dull. I found I didn't find the enemies interesting to face off against. Don't get me wrong, it's not that the game's easy. Yeah, I died plenty of times, but I just didn't find it fun. So, is it an aye or no? Quite a quick review this, because I did spend a good probably 8 to 10 hours on the game, trying to give it a fair whack, a fair shot, to give it a fair chance to change my mind, but I really didn't enjoy it. So for me, this game is an absolutely resounding no. I found it boring, irritating, annoying, and just a generic, bland first-person shooter. So avoid this and look for something better. Thanks for watching. Give the video a like or a dislike if you didn't enjoy it. Give the channel a subscribe to keep up to date with all the free games coming out of the Epic Store, and much more content that will be coming soon as well. Cheers, bye.
Stop the humiliates!
By my command! Morty, you look different.
Yeah?
Oh, it's the... Where's your birdie? Your little birdie friend.
Tina, we told you what happened to Bloodwing.
So anyway, she's so cute. Where is she?
Let's just play the game, alright?
We are the
Dragon, babe!
We are for the retribution in color! Victory for the